All right, I'm gonna make this as painless and as quick as possible. Listen, I understand what it's like to be learning guitar, and learning the theory and everything, and being a smart guitar player. But when we go to play, it sounds stiff. We can't get the ideas out. We get stuck. We hit the wrong strings. We feel like, oh, we don't have rhythm, or we feel like something's off. All those things, all right? A lot of us fear like, oh, I have no rhythm. I got to practice rhythm. And I have plenty of lessons about rhythm, but there's something deeper here, which is the push and pull of guitar that we really need to address. And a lot of us get it wrong. And again, I'm not trying to sound mean. I'm really trying to help here. So what do I mean by this? A lot of us focus on the fretting hand. Why? Because the cognitive load is there. Our brain says, okay, we need to use the A minor scale or the A Dorian scale, and we're trying to pay attention to what chord is happening and what notes to hit. And it's kind of like Twister, you know, ring finger to 7th fret, and the root note is here, and then go here. And the idea is we get so stifled that sometimes we can't even play anything in between, or sometimes, like I said, we're hitting the wrong strings, and it becomes a mess. And we sit and we say, well, we're practicing this stuff. Why are we not getting better? And it's because we're practicing the cognitive load, and we're not practicing here, which is the instinct and the feel, okay? This is the most important thing. Think of a drummer. Think of where their music comes from. It is 90% instinct and feel. They have to feel that beat. They instinctually feel it, and they execute it. And their cognitive load is, well, which drummer cymbal do I hit? And I'm not taking away from drummers. I love drummers, right? Their feel is amazing. But the idea here is we have to act the same way. We have to lean on these drummers' beats and how smooth and good they are, and we have to be with them musically and rhythmically, and we have to fill their spaces with music, which means choosing notes and choosing different feels to feel that stuff. And so how do we do that? Well, everything on guitar is a push and a pull. And I call the picking hand is the push. This is where all of your instincts should come from. The place where, okay, and when, not where, excuse me. When am I putting this note in? Notice that you can know your stuff, but if you're playing and you're not on beat, it sounds awful, and I get it, but we need to practice the where and when. When I say where, because where is here, okay? When to be there. The where to be and the how to be and the why, that's all cognitive load, that's this hand. And a lot of us try to pick this stuff and pull this hand into line, and it's like the lion and the lion tamer. The lion never tames the lion tamer. The tamer needs to tame the lion. And so if you're trying to focus on this hand's being pulled, and it's not designed to be pulled, it's designed to be pushed with intent. So let me show you how to practice this simply, all right? I've been on a Zeppelin kick. Zeppelin has an awesome drummer. The backing track I have, it does not have jump bottom on it. It's a digital drum, but it's a Led Zeppelin backing track. It's very familiar, and it uses an A minor / C major pentatonic, which is just 5 8 5 7 5 7 5 7 5 8 5 8. That is it, okay? And then you don't need to think about anything here except the pattern. Don't think about what note is what. Don't think about a root note. Don't think about the intervals. Nothing. If you're a fan of my channel, you've heard me say a million times the pentatonic always sounds good. So we're going to use that comfort of it always sounds good to develop firing off your rhythm, choosing what string to be on, and then matching the intent with these fingers on the pentatonic, excuse me. And so the idea here is you want to push your intent. You want to feel that rhythm. You want to feel everything come from this hand and match it here against the backing track. And don't worry about the notes. What you're doing is you are just really trying to match your feel by pushing it through the picking hand into the fretting hand. Let's give an example. Let's see how this goes. Okay, ready? Here we go. You get the idea there, okay? And so I was pushing my intent through this hand, and matching up the notes, making sure I was hitting the same strings as my intent. And that helps you develop your feel and your pocket. Listen, you can ask anybody in any band I've ever been in, all right? All right? In the recording studios or during rehearsals, when they went away for a break or something, I'd always sneak onto the drum set and I'd always sit and play drum beats because I love rhythm. I love the feel of, and I love the impulse of having that feeling and getting it onto the drums. And then they would either, walk back in and give me the look of shame and I get off and walk away. But the idea here is you want to think as if you're an auxiliary drummer, percussion player, auxiliary drummer, whatever. You want the impulse to fire off from your picking hand, and then which drum you choose to hit is what fret, okay? It is I think it's faster than milliseconds, whatever. It's a speed of light, really, or speed of electricity from the intent to picking the note, all right? We will always have the notes in our mind as long as we study theory and where to be, but getting them there in time comes from the rhythm and the picking hand. So I'm gonna do this one more time to show you. It's very simple. Listen, if you wanna practice this and you like this, like seriously, join me on Patreon for the Patreon practice sessions so you can develop this stuff. And I hope I mentioned earlier, there's a video linked that was up here. It'll be linked below. It's like the sister lesson of this thing. It goes exactly with what we're doing to help develop the feel. It will be linked below. Watch that if you like this. So watch as I pick the rhythm, as I feel the rhythm. I'm going to keep it very simple. You can do it one string at a time, two strings at a time. But this is where the rhythm comes from, and you don't care about the notes that you're playing. You just care about being there somewhere in the pentatonic so you can match up your feel. Here we go. Stick with the rhythm, like... Get a little fancier. Like that, okay? So the act of leaning on the rhythm, pushing it through your plucking or picking hand into the strings and having these fingers match up to your goal is the biggest miss for every guitar player that I see struggle with what they think is rhythm, stiffness, that type of feel. Hopefully you get the idea. I'm going to talk more about this on Patreon. I'm going to wrap up here. There's a push and pull. There's a push and pull in this instrument. We're pushing from the picking hand and we're placing that intent and that push, and we're placing it here. And if we only practice pulling the rhythm, you're always going to feel awkward. So if this is one of your problems, practice this. You got to practice this a lot, but you'll get it. It might feel awkward, but you will get it. Check out the videos linked below. They're all related to this. Again, like fifth time I mentioned, Patreon practice sessions. If you wish, I'll stop talking. Thank you for being here. Go get it. Bye-bye.